Well, it looks like I got work to do. I got a casualty from last night's storm right across the road. This is the adjacent properties tree. This isn't our tree, but now I've got to deal with it. It's not even good firewood. It's all rotted out. I'm just going to have to cut it up and get it out of the way here so that we can make our way. But last night we had a hell of a windstorm, and this is the first time we've tried to leave today, so these are the joys of being out here. So now I got to go get the chainsaw and hack this bitch up and get it out of the way, see if I can cut it in 3 parts and move it out of the way so that I can make some kind of firewood out of it later. But it looks like pretty crappy firewood. So all right, let me get started on it. Let me go grab the chainsaw because we can't leave until this is out of the road.
Nope. And here we are getting the chainsaw started. As you can see, we have a tree in the road is what we encountered. So in order for us to leave, we got to take care of this ourselves. Maki said firewood.
Huh?
Maki said firewood.
Yeah, firewood, easy. Oh, killed it. Definitely got firewood.
Yeah.
Get out of the fucking road.
So June is the month to begin collecting firewood up here for the winter season.
Well, we got a
And
good start.
so the wind storm that we had last night kind of gave us a little push. Got anything to say?
We're taking a chainsaw with us because we got 3 miles of dirt road. So
Who knows what we'll encounter?
we don't know if there's any other trees that fell. This is the first time we're leaving today, so.
All right. See you
So
later.
just a quick update. I know you saw that I had to. We were off into town to go pick up some screws. I needed some screws to finish putting this greenhouse back together. But one of the trees, there's a lot of standing deads out here, and that tree that fell across the road as we were leaving happens to be on the adjacent property to where we are. But that tree is big enough to where it fell with last night's windstorm. I mean, we had a hell of a windstorm last night. I can't even explain it. I went through the Harvey hurricane. I think it was Harvey. Anyway, I went through that hurricane, and we rode it out. And those winds, when that hurricane started blowing in, it's what reminded me of last night is what I was reminded by last night, because those winds were I mean, it was horrible. It was I've got a standing dead pine right here. This pine right here is a dead pine, and I've been negotiating with it before we started building the greenhouse as to whether or not it needed to come down first, or if we could wait. And the problem with that is why I couldn't sleep last night. I did lose some panels to the wind. They didn't break or anything, but this is at standing dead right here, and that's our cabin. And if that tree were to fall onto that cabin right there, we would have major problems. But we're gonna drop those 3 trees right here because one of them's diseased, and it's gonna be going here pretty soon. But we're gonna drop this one here because it shows signs of disease. That one there, and then of course it's standing dead right now. So they're all gonna go that way. The greenhouse is right there. I could have dropped them that way, but that's not going to happen now, so they're going to have to go that way. They're going to have to be precision drops. We'll have to strap them and direct them to where we want them to fall. But that wind last night was just I've never experienced anything like it. But we had a hell of a cleanup this morning. Some stuff blew down the hill from the cabin. Like I said, I lost one of the solar panels. I'm going to have to fasten those down. I mean, we've had 70-mile-an-hour winds, and those solar panels were fine. But last night, I'm going to say it started. Those winds started in at about 8 o'clock. Somewhere about 8 o'clock, and they didn't let up till probably about 6 in the morning. So needless to say, I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. Nikki got some sleep, but she got more sleep than I did. But my brain just doesn't allow for that when stuff like that is going on. So got to clean up that mess on the road where that standing dead fell, and then there's a couple of other ones that are in similar condition to that one that need to come down too, so we'll probably take that one down too. But like I said, they're on the adjacent property, but if they fall, they're going to fall on our property, so we're going to have to go ahead and take care of it for them. The people who own that property are elderly, so we'll probably just go ahead and take care of that issue for them, and end up with some firewood as a bonus. So firewood is everything out here. You got to have it. You can't be out here without it. So those are just little bonuses that we get. So I'm gonna enjoy chopping that up and making a good stack of wood out of it. But we'll talk to you guys later. Well, let me look at the damage and see what all I got to fix now that this tree fell, because it fell on a fence, and where's the fence? So that's where it broke off. It was rotted, it was ready to go. There's a fence that runs around here somewhere. There's the barbed wire. So that barbed wire runs right there, right through there. So it didn't snip the wire, but the tree's definitely on top of it. So once I get this cut up, I have to come back out here and fix that fence. It looked like another one fell over here too. So those 3 trees right there are all standing deads. These people, they just don't take care of their property. So they've got all these standing deads. I might come over here and do them a favor and cut it down and end up with a lot of firewood. Shit, that's a lot of firewood sitting there. So, I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 standing deads. It looks like that one fell too last night. Let's see if this one's fresh. It didn't fall over like the other one did. Yeah, this one fell last night too. This is fresh. So now it's punishing that tree. So tree problems. So like I said, this is on our property. This is on the other property. But, yeah, this one's ready to go. This side was kind of holding it in place, but this side is completely rotted out. So that could have been 2 trees. If that tree wasn't there, if that tree wasn't right there holding that one up, that one would have been on the road too. So it's just a matter of time before those branches give, and then I'm over here having to take that one down too. So I'm gonna have to get rid of some trees here. These fell here not too long ago. They've been here a while, but they're not touching the ground, and that's a good thing. All this wood right here not touching the ground is definitely a good thing, because once it touches the dirt, it starts to decompose. But those are still up there. Yeah, there's one branch holding that tree up. But if I cut that branch off, that whole tree will come down. So we'll find out what I'm gonna do. How I'm gonna do it. But it's just right outside. This is just the adjacent property that has a lot of good standing dead trees for wood. So I'd like to get my hands on them. Anyway.